Coach Vic, or like Coach Scruggs, for example, like he's a big believer in rotating the D-line, and like the twos gotta be just as good as the ones, and threes gotta be just as good as the twos and the ones and everything, so rotating. So it gives the opportunity to young guys to show what they've been doing the whole entire season, and if they see if they're actually preparing or training the right way, or if they just falling behind. So, with guys leaving out, that's holes to fill in. So, the young guys that free way to step up and do what they need to do and do their job right, and this is the perfect opportunity to do it. Bowl practice, we practice almost every day or every other day and everything. We're lifting, training, trying to get better as an individual, as a player, So, this just gave us an opportunity, like an actual opportunity to see what the young guys got to prove themselves.
Coach Fickle said Kurt Neal is potentially positioned at the current starting time. What stands out about him? What's he doing?
Oh, I'm excited about him, man. He's a guy that's like a high motor, create disruption. You know what I'm saying? He's like a little ball of energy on the D line. Like he got his motor is phenomenal, and like I feel like when you go out there, he doesn't care. He just go out there and play ball, and that's what you need as a D lineman. You need guys to be violent, play fast, and everything. If they mess up, they mess up. But at least they go on being disruptive in the backfield and everything, causing havoc, and that's what Kirk does. He's a good player.
I know you've been through it before in your time here, but seeing guys leave to the transfer portal, is it tougher with Rodas just because you guys' relationship and been playing next to each other for multiple years?
Yeah, man, he's like my brother, man. I love him to death, and, it's unfortunate it didn't work out with his time here and everything, but, I wish him the best of luck on what his journey is and everything. He needs to find a new home for himself and be able to grow as an individual and hopefully chase his dream, come to the league and everything. It stings, but at the same time, Rodas is my brother, but I also got a career as well too, and I'm here to play football for the University of Wisconsin, and that's what I love to do, and I'm gonna continue focusing on that. I can't let that overcloud my judgment and like what I've got to do and my goal is.
You're gonna be the old guy next year.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Yeah, ugh. I hate that. Yeah.
Are you ready? Because there's gonna be a lot of new faces coming in,
right?
Whether they're first-year guys or maybe some transfers down the road. Do you anticipate you will have to be a leader in that unit?
I'm without doubt. I feel me and Rodas, the older guys, would be a leader of this group that's ready, because it is like me being the most experienced and be able to know how it is, step on the field, know what you got to do, prepare right, how to take care of your body, how you train right, how you study right. I got to be able to set an example for everybody, because where you leave this program is exactly how you set essence for the future as well too. So if I show them that you can't get away with just doing this and just going straight home and just playing the game, you actually got to do film so you can recover. It teaches me how to be able to be a proper athlete. So I feel like I set by leading example on the D line of what I got to do.
How's this D line unit changed for the bowl game in terms of who gets opportunities? I know Kurt is moving up, but without Rodas and now without Darian as well.
Yeah, still got Ben Barton, Gio. Still got TJ Bowlers now moving down the D-line too. So, to be able to adapt to the situation that we got to do and be able to play to our strengths and everything. And I feel like that what we got for a bowl practice, this is time for experience and be able to what you can and can't do and try to adapt to the situation. And I feel like that the opportunity that we gave to the young guys and everything as well too is fair and just. And, they're still learning as well too.
When did TJ move to the D-line? Is that bowl prep, or is that late in the season?
Oh, he transferred late this season. It was probably like Nebraska, Minnesota type. Then now he's getting more comfortable with it too. So yeah.
James, talking about the defensive line, just reflecting on the year, how do you kind of evaluate the performance this year?
I feel like that we need to play a lot better as a whole. I feel like that there's spurts of shine of good great plays and everything, but the problem is to be able to be consistent and do it every single week. Can't just have 1-2 guys be out there trying to do the plays and the next group fall off. So it gotta be consistent. I think we gotta be consistent as a group and be able to know what we gotta do and what to expect. One thing for certain that I can tell you guys that, next season wise, everybody going to be on their P's and Q's and be able to do their job correctly. And, it won't be no slacking off of that. I'm going to hold a standard to the D-line, to the defense as a whole. We can't let stuff slide like that. Can't. It's unacceptable.
If you were a coach, would you be happy to see 24 or Hunter come back next year?
Oh yeah, well I doubt, man. Hunter's a great guy, great player. He's a great leader for this defense and everything. The energy he plays and everything, and his cerebral mindset on how he can be at the right spot each and every time, man. He's a really, really great player. Yeah.
Would you say that last year was your best year yet as a Badger? Or this year, rather, I guess. But
I say that I definitely grew as a player from this year as well. I feel like that this year, my pass rush and pressure-wise and getting PBUs is a lot better than it was from last year. Now, to be able to, my next year for next season, I'm trying to put everything together and make a really big season and everything. So.
I was about to say, what are those next steps for you though? Like, what are you going to be working on?
Just be an overall better player. You know, just not trying to be just one-sided. Just like instead of just focus on just pass, instead of just focusing on run, just be overall a better player and be able to do everything that the coach wanted me to do. You know, be versatile.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Still with bowl practices, still getting ready for the bowl game, but you know, first full year with the new coaching staff, full transition to this program. You know, what are your takeaways from that?
My takeaways from it is just be able to like trust the system and also just believe in yourself as a player. I feel like that a lot of times, you know, the plays that we have it comes down to you as a player, and you know they're not trying to let you just be trapped into a system. They want you to be your own individual and be able to make plays. So you need to make plays, and I feel like that what I gather from this bowl prep experience right here is be able to like really trust your fundamentals and like tighten it down and everything, and be able to react to what you see on the field. And I feel like Coach Gruggs and Coach Fick and Coach Trask give us the proper opportunity to do that.
This was obviously a season of transition for everybody, but defensively, how much you had a chance to study this regular season. Where would you say the areas are that this defense needs to grow to be better next season in year 2?
We need to start off fast. You know, I feel like that a lot of our games was trailing in the first quarter and everything, quick scores on the opposite team, and a lot of stuff that happens just like minor errors. You know what I'm saying? Not minor, but major, to be honest. But you know, just be able to clean up and not make mistakes like that. You know, like we can't just let a wide receiver be open. We can't just like vacate the gap and let someone run down 60 yards and everything. Be able to contain the pocket. It's like fundamentally, you gotta be fundamentally sound and be able to not give up like dumb mistakes like that.
Is there anything schematically in this new system that you felt like gave the team trouble or took a while to adapt to, other than slow starts? Like, is there anything specific to this defense that you felt like took some time to figure out?
I just feel like that's really a coach question right there. I'm just a player that's trying to play D-line for real. But, you know, I feel like just be able to play together as a whole and know your personnel. You know, just like me rushing with Rodas, like I got to realize how Rodas rushed the guard is probably different from how I rush it. So sometimes I got to cover him. Sometimes you got to cover me, depending on the flat protection, stuff like that. So be able to trust your personnel and be able to know who you're going against and be able to work off of it. That's what I feel like.
Do you think the slow starts would be the biggest thing that needs to change? And I ask this only for one reason. You guys did a good job in the second half of some games, but the slow starts were there pretty much like to Indiana, to Northwestern late in the season. If that's one thing you could change, would that be it? Just getting off to a faster start.
Oh wow, I feel like if we get out to a faster start, then the whole game would be a whole different. I mean, Coach Fick preaches that we're gonna be fourth second half team and everything, but also the first half is very important too. We can't just let that slide. You know, that's like the first couple of snaps are supposed to be your best reps. You know, and if you let a team score on the first two drives, you know, that's showing like what really this team is. You know, so we gotta play better as that.
James, as you've kind of gotten more experience, what have you found out about the difficulties, obviously, of keeping your pad level low at 6'7", and also overall, how have you kind of found a balance as the season's gone on to where you can improve for next year?
You know, it's just, again, like you said, it's like from experience, it's from reps and everything, to be able to practice staying low. You know, got to shoot there, just practice on that, try and drive out, have a flat back, you know, it just come a repetition. So.
You mentioned next year everyone needing to be on their P's and Q's defensively. I'm just curious, like, what does that mean? Is that alignment? Is that knowing the call? Is that communication? Just
everything. So like it's hard to be specific on that. It's just like, you know, you gotta be able to do your job. You know, if you're expecting to take care of the B gap, get knocked back, and then you gotta counter back inside if it's pass, something like that. You gotta know that inside out without second guessing yourself. You know, if it's a game of seconds, a game of inches, and you know every single thing counts. You know, you can't just be a delayed reaction, and you know if that happens, you know you're gonna mess up and cause a big play to happen. So everybody gotta be able to do their job correctly and efficiently. You know?
James Daniels, how explosive is this LSU offense?
Very explosive, man. You got two really good wide receivers. The O-line really good. You know, their offense is really well-rounded, and they get the job done. You know, that's a team that's really good at doing their job and execute their scheme really well.
For your job in the trenches too, what do you think are going to be the challenges? What are you not asking for game plans, I guess, but you know, what do you feel like are the challenges that they offer from the front line?
Well, what I want to do is be able to stop the run so we can earn the right to rush the passer. You know, one thing they do got really good passing offense and everything. So if we stop the run, we get to our passing strength and everything too. You gotta be able to rush the passer as well too. Be able to be efficient in that way. Yeah.
Okay, we've heard a lot about the last few weeks is Christian Allegro. Coach seemed really high on him. From what you've seen out of him in practice, what stands out about what he's bringing to the second half of the year here?
He's really good. He's very versatile, man. He's fast, he's physical, he can move in space, you know what I'm saying? He's very reactive as well, too. And He's a freshman. He's good. You know, he got time to grow and develop as a player. He already had a good year this year, in my opinion, for the time reps he got. But I could only see him. The ceiling is high for him, as I can see. Yeah.
You talk about being on your P's and Q's.
Yeah.
We're losing Rodas. I mean, Gio, it seems like he might not come back.
Right.
With some turnover at defensive line, how tough is it, you know, especially in a new system, how tough is it to kind of, for everyone to be aligned, everyone to know their responsibilities and kind of play with cohesion when you're just being inserted?
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be tough, but you know, life is tough. You gotta be able to adapt to situations, stuff like that. And you know, sometimes you know it come at you fast. Like younger guys like Jamel or Nolan Vills or Will or you know all the incoming freshmen maybe they're coming in next year. You know, you be able to be prepared like an athlete and as a pro. You know, that's reality is.
As a leader, how do you kind of help propel that preparedness level for some of those younger guys, and kind of what are the next steps?
I'm gonna lead them by example and set the standard. You know, I'm not gonna let anything slide, like any type of laziness slide, or if you're not prepared, you know, that's more on you and that's more on the team as well too. Because you know, if a player slacks off, that's more so a representation of the whole entire team. Can you allow that guy to happen to do that? So, you know, I'm gonna try to prevent that best amount I can.
Anything else for James, guys?